It's Sunday, and it is time to get a little desperate. Ah! Today's episode, oh my god, it was so amazing. Like, ah, it's back. Like, they're doing the damn thing. Last week, I didn't get to make a video for you guys, and I'm sorry, I apologize. I got your emails. Eesh, guys, chill. Anyways, but this episode, it was like, literally, like, they're back. Like, they're doing the thing again. So, okay, so last week's episode, we just have to recap because, a couple things happened. We see some mysterious guy taking away the Susan banner of her face, which I saw that coming. I knew who it was when I saw it. It was Paul, I'm gonna say Paul Newman. Paul, Paul, what is his last name? It's not Paul Walker, because he's fine. Paul Young. It was Paul Young. We knew that was coming. So, anywho, um, Susan gets fired from her job as a internet porn sensation, at Broom, and she gets, because some guy just asked to see her boobs, and she's just like, let's do a little foreplay, and he's like, or you could just show me your boobs, and da 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 da, and it was just like whatever. So she was like whatever, and she closed the thing on him, when he got a little, you know, pervy on her. So then, I'm still a little sick, y'all. I'm sorry. Then, Gabby and Renee like got into like this fist fight. It was like crazy. Like, and I saw. Well, I didn't just see that coming, but like the reason for the fight, I saw it coming because like Gabby and her exchanged like two things about each other that were like really personal. Like Gabby was like, I had a nose job, and or actually no, Gabby didn't even say she had a nose job. Renee clocked it. Like she was sitting there, she was like, tell me something that I don't know about you, and Gabby was like, oh well, there's just nothing that I guess interesting about me. I don't have any dirt. And she looked at her nose. She said, well, not like that nose. That's a Dr. So-and-so's job. And she was like, I can't believe you just said that. And she's like, girl, please, don't even play with me. I can tell. So Gabby turned around and like, she was like, okay, but don't tell anybody else because, that's all I have going for me or whatever. So, Renee had told her that she had slept with her husband's divorce attorney, and that's how she got her $8 million settlement. And so Gabby, you know, had her bit of info. Renee had hers. Renee spilled Gabby's beans in front of all the friends, so all the friends, had everything to say. So Gabby's so embarrassed, and so she's drinking, and she's so upset. So she goes up to Renee's husband, who flew in from New York, to try to make up with her, right? So he's trying to get her to marry or to, stay in the marriage or whatever. And Gabby walks up to the table and she's just like, "Oh, hey, by the way, did you know she slept with your lawyer?" So that pretty much ended the evening for this happily married couple. Who then, like Renee, then goes up to Gabby and she's like, "Oh, what sucker you gonna talk about me?" And da 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 da. And like they start fighting, they interrupt everybody's beautiful night, and like Gabby gets clocked in her fake nose. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah. Like, I mean, they were fighting, and then like, bink! It was a one hitter quitter. Yes, ma'am. So then, okay. She gives her the one hitter quitter. Then, hmm, what happens? Oh. So then, after Susan is fired from Va 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 Broom, she gets she gets a phone call from her boss saying that there's this guy offering ridiculously amounts of money for her to come back. He wants, he wants a show with Susan, and he keeps offering like so much money. Now at this point, I'm thinking while I'm watching, if you don't know who this is, you're just not a fan of Desperate Housewives. You just don't know how the show goes. If you don't know who this is, that is essentially, trying to get this video with Susan. So of course she does it, and you know, I guess it was supposed to be shocking, but it wasn't really shocking to me. It's Paul Young, duh, and he bribes her, or he blackmails her basically into into selling him her house. So Susan, because she hasn't told um her husband yet what's going on. Susan, is all she's in a pickle again, da 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 da, all this other stuff. Let me see. So then, Mike was approached before this happened. Mike was approached by one of the my hand didn't fell out of place, Joe. Um, Mike was approached by Lee about about Paul Young wanting to buy the house. So, and that didn't go well at all. So this is why Paul is now talking to Susan over the camera and blackmailing her. So, all this happened, and this is where the cliffhanger left. This, this is good television. This is amazing television. This is what it's supposed to be on Desperate Housewives. I'm just saying. So, Bree got plowed throughout the whole episode. That was her whole story. It wasn't nothing too interesting there. She just got her cakes beat down and um could barely walk the next day. If that's not crazy, I wonder what they were doing. But yeah, so that's what happened. Did you watch the episode? Have you seen it yet? If you haven't, then you know what everything that happens already. Tell me what you think about it, and tell me what you think about next week's episode, because it's clear that Susan tells um, Mike about Vava Vabroom, and if she does, then we see that he's really not as angry about that as he is about Paul Young blackmailing Susan. So I'm thinking, and apparently, like, he has some plan to put one person against one person, and we don't know who that is yet. It could be Lynette because Lynette already knows about Va 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 Broom, so it could be like he makes it to where Lynette spills the beans or something like that. Which actually that makes a lot of sense if they do it that way because Lynette is the only one that knows, and uh, if they ask him how he found out, he could say, well, Lynette told me, and she could be like, I didn't say that, and all this drama back and forth. Um, Lynette and Tom got into kind of a little spat because of Tom's mom, who I found to be just darling. But, I did agree with Lynette in the whole situation because they have two different methods of raising kids, and I think Tom's mom just really wanted to kind of like enforce her way of doing things. And it's starting to become a little clear that his mom has maybe Alzheimer's or dementia. And she may be in the early stages of it because she asked Penny her name and asked her if she lived there and a whole bunch of stuff. And she keeps calling Tom by his dad's name. So, anywho, I'm anxious to see how this is all going to play out. Next week is the Halloween episode. I'm really excited about that. You guys tell me what you guys think about this episode and about next week's episode, because next week's episode could possibly be really good because of how awesome this one was. That's what Housewives tends to go in a chain like that. Anywho, this is your girl Nikki D. Holla at your girl. Hmm? Hold on, because the computer wants to be a douchebag. So, anyways,